It's official, we're getting a new Castle Grayskull playset from the Masters of the Universe Origins line by Mattel. We're going to talk about all those details today on Geek Dad Life. Hey everybody, and welcome to Geek Dad Life. It's your host, Jay Gladfelter here. You know, this has been rumored. We had leaked images, but it's official. We're actually going to be able to get a Masters of the Universe Origins Castle Grayskull playset in the spring of 2021, and the pre-orders are going up today on Walmart.com. So I'm going to put a link down in the description below, and we're going to go over all the details that we've learned from today's maybe not shocking, but definitely surprising news drop from the people over at the Masters of the Universe Origins line by Mattel. So let's dig right into it. If you haven't checked out any of my other MOTU Origins review videos yet, I have a playlist right here. Definitely check them out. I have loved everything they've done so far and really been super excited with how much they're putting into this toy line. They're really going for it here. And man, we're getting a playset in early 2021. It's just so exciting. And let's start off with the packaging. The packaging looks amazing. Like, I think one of the great things, probably one of the best things they've done on this line so far is the artwork, the card art, the back art, the box art. Everything just looks amazing, echoing the great artwork that we got on the original toys in the 80s. And this Castle Grayskull art looks fantastic. It has a full-on battle royale melee on the front, and we also got the detail that this includes a special edition version of the sorceress that we affectionately call the Temple of Darkness sorceress because of this mini comic where she had this kind of all white appearance, among a few other issues as well. So we got that special figure in the Classics line, and now we're getting it in the Origins line as well, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, this artwork looks amazing. I hope the box is nice and big. I definitely want to buy one in box to keep. I definitely want to buy one to keep in box as well as one to open because I want to display this artwork proudly. It looks fantastic. On the back of the box, we also are going to get some more great. This one echoes less of the original box, which kind of had that stenciled outline kind of look. This looks more like one of those little cross-sell inserts that we would get with the toys back then. And it looks great. I think the paint deco looks a little bit nicer on this one than we're seeing in the other images, but still it looks fantastic. We also have the land shark there, Panther, and we also have a Zodak that we haven't seen or gotten yet. We're going to get that in 2021, as well as that new sorceress figure, as well as ones that we are getting in 2020. But I think that looks fantastic. Going into the accessories, everything that was with the vintage Castle Grayskull playset is here in this new Origins playset. So we're getting the weapons rack, the ladder, the training ram thing, the laser cannon, the computer. But I guess we're not getting the spacesuit, so maybe that'll come down the line. We're also getting the flag, which does look a little bit smaller. I mean, it looks like across the board, everything's scaled down a little bit smaller, which is a little bit concerning. I mean, even just looking at the images, the Grayskull looks a bit smaller than the vintage one, but we'll have to see in person. We'll have to see in hand how that really turns out. But compared to the vintage one, there's a lot of appointments that we got in the Classics version with the actual like brown door. Looks like we're getting more paint deco on that, hopefully. And then, even on the back, we're getting more paint detail than we got on the kind of thatched roof, shingled roof, which we didn't get any paint detail there besides just some kind of little bit of wash spray paint that vary between Grayskull to Grayskull. So I think we're incorporating some nice things that we got with the Classics version of the Grayskull with the kind of the smaller scaled, more mass retail appeal of the original vintage Castle Grayskull. So I think we're getting a nice happy medium here. Looking on the inside, this is the image that was leaked on the internet, and it's nice to be able to get a more detailed look at it now. The elevator looks great. I love the actual plastic computer in there, way better than a piece of cardboard. I love that we're also getting, looks like a good guy banner and a bad guy banner. The throne looks awesome. I mean, really, all in all, it looks really, really good. I think you just have to see how it looks in hand. It does seem a little bit smaller than even the vintage Castle Grayskull, but still, the fact that we're getting a playset in 2021 when playsets are almost extinct, I think is a really, really cool thing, and a really, nice faith in this line that Mattel has really given us here for Masters of the Universe Origins. So I think it all looks pretty good. The only thing I will say, the Sorceress head sculpt is a little soft to me, but we'll see how it comes across in the actual production version. This is, probably clearly a prototype. But I do love that the wings look translucent. I think that's a really nice nod here. While I absolutely prefer the more normal looking version of the Sorceress, I think getting this variant here in this set is cool and a nice value add to the playset. The other thing here, we get like this big kind of view of the Castle Grayskull playset with a whole bunch of figures below, and getting a look at the She-Ra figure that's going to be coming out at mass retail in 2021, as well as the Zodak figure and the Roboto, and I think that's it for the new, and Merman as well. So some new figures here in that image, and the ones that we've already gotten so far in waves 1 and 2 in 2020. So overall, I think it looks pretty good, even though it seems a little bit smaller than maybe even the vintage Castle Grayskull. The fact that we're getting this at all in the 2020s, where playsets just aren't much of a thing anymore for toy lines, I think is great. It's going up for pre-order today on Walmart.com, which is a bit of a womp, but I would assume we're gonna have a mass retail release. So hopefully this is a pretty easy thing to find. And let's talk about the price: $74.97. I think there's a lot of thoughts that maybe this would be around $100. So I think coming in under 75, a smidge under 75. $75 is a really great value add. I mean, you were thinking about the classics version being $400, $500 for that playset. Being under $75, I think makes this an attainable playset, not only for collectors, but if parents, the geek dads and geek moms that want to buy these for their kids, I think it makes it a reasonable price for this playset. But really won't know till we have it in hand to really kind of see where is the value of that $75 going into what we're getting here. But we're getting a figure, we're getting a whole bunch of accessories, we're getting, it looks like, more paint applications than we got in the vintage Castle Grayskull playset, as well as instead of cardboard cutouts, we're actually getting physical pieces of plastic to represent that. So I think overall, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good value. Everything else released in the line so far has been a fantastic value. So really excited to get this one in hand and to truly see how this thing stacks up to the other Grayskull playsets in the past. Definitely check out my other reviews if you haven't already on the Masters of the Universe Origins line. I've reviewed every figure in Wave 1. I'm currently going through Wave 2. I've already done Scareglow, have Orko coming up next, and we'll do the rest of the figures in that line as well as we close out this year of MOTU Origins. And definitely join us Sundays at 9 p.m. for Toy Geeks. My buddy John and I are going to dig in even more for the news with the Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull playset going up live. I mean, they didn't even want to say anything about it at PowerCon like 2 months ago, and here we are. We actually have a Castle Grayskull playset. So exciting, such a great time to be a Masters of the Universe Origins fan. And be sure, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and click on that bell icon to be notified when the latest episode of Geek Dad Life drops. And until next time, hasta luego and goodbye.